Hello everyone. Just 1 second, let me mute myself from here. Okay. So, hello everyone. I hope I am loud and clear. I have Raghav with me today. So, Raghav, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yeah. So hey everyone. I think this is spring 22 batch, right?
Fall.
Fall. Okay. So congrats on getting into USC, and I hope to be with you and study with you in the coming fall session. I've been a student here in MSCSAI. I joined in spring 21, and before that I was a software engineer at Walmart, and I have almost 2.5 years of work experience. And now I'm with Ayush completing my master's in computer science.
Perfect. So, any questions related to AI specific domain? I hope you please take it to Raghav because I have no idea about that course. Okay. And talking about myself, I am Ayush. I don't know if you know me already on my channel, but I started my masters with Raghav in spring 21. The only difference is I am in LA and Raghav did it from India. So I brought him here so that we can have both experience. Like for people who are thinking to do masters from India, you can take his opinion. Okay. I completed my undergrad in 2016. I worked for around 4 years and right now I'm here. My major was computer networks, but I have moved to general right now. I think that is it. So what we will do is, because there are like approx 60 people, we will go in a kind of a round robin fashion. Please raise your hand if you have question, and then mute yourself once we ask you, so that we don't have any disturbance, right? I think we can start. Anybody, please raise your hand if you have any questions. Go ahead. Yeah, Amal will take you later.
Hi, Raghav.
Hi, Kushil.
Yeah, I was just wondering what are the 1 or 2 credit courses? Like, I think some people were mentioning internships or directed research and all are 1 or 2 credit courses, right? Like,
Okay.
they
So,
count.
yeah. So I believe everybody have taken a look at classes.usc. Anybody who does not know about that, first I'll address that question. If not, I'll share my screen and take that up. Raghav, can you take a look at the participants joining?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay. So I'll quickly share my screen till then. This is fall 2020, just example. To complete a degree, if you are in general, you need some 28 units, and if you are in a specialized course, you need 32. Correct? So it is up to us what combination we want. So if we scroll down to something called as directed research. Okay. So we have something called as special topics. We have something called as, where are the other units? Yeah, directed research, this one. So people mainly in like summer, if they don't get an internship by any chance, what they prefer is they can do some research under a professor by taking this particular course. So it is like you have to pay for that course and you will get something called as internship experience on your resume, like a paid internship, what we call it in India. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think it does. So basically, if we do a normal internship or a co-op, it won't count towards any credits.
From what I know, internship does not count towards credit. It is something separate from our curriculum. Co-op,
Because
I am not 100% sure. I think it does not count.
I think in yesterday's session, the panelist was saying that
Chirag, right?
they had. Sorry?
Are you
Chirag,
talking
and
about Chirag?
there was a female panelist. I'm forgetting her name actually. So she graduated 4 or 5 years back. I think that's why she must the system must have been different back then. I guess.
Could be. So I'll tell you how it works. 1 second. I think many people also had the question of how to plan their degree. I'll just 1 second stop sharing. Open a notepad and draw a rough structure what I have in plan. Okay, for myself. And I think that will answer many questions at once. Okay. So 1 second. There is share screen. Can you see my notepad? Anybody on the chat can let me know. the call?
No, because yeah, now we can see on the call. Yeah.
Perfect. So let's say we are taking 28 unit course, right? So ideally, if you are coming in fall, first fall are allowed only to take maximum of 2 courses. That is 2 into 4, because maximum number of units per course is 4. You will be covering 8 units. Like simple.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
This is for fall. This is for fall people, not for spring. And because you are coming in fall, the next spring will again be the same thing. Why did I add this? Okay. So again 2 into 4, that covers your 8 units. So your 16 units are already done.
Right.
Okay. Now comes the summer part. In summer, either you get an internship or you don't get an internship. If you get an internship, you go for your internship work and that's done. Raghav, people are waiting in the room.
Yep.
So you go for internship and that is done. Nothing is counted. You proceed with your degree as usual. So then again you have a fall, then again you have a spring, and you cover your 16, 2 into 4, that is 8, and you are left with how many? 16, 24, one course. So you take something called as reduced course load and you cover that in the last semester. This is what people generally do. Okay, if it is 28, if it is, let's say, a specialized course, then you have to take 2 credits, two courses over here. Simple.
Right.
Now, okay, this is one thing. Just to make it very clear, even if you are doing a specialization course, your final degree certificate will have MS in CS. That's it. So it is completely up to you. My personal take was, I want the last semester to be free for my search, and that is why I moved from computer networks to general. I mean, that is my personal take. It all depends on your career path that you want to go for. Okay. Now coming to people who don't get an internship in this summer, you have 2 options. Either you simply prepare for your job search, or you do some directed research work. So this is when you can take let's say a DR course, but that will only give you 1 unit. So rest 3 units you also have to cover to meet your degree requirement. And I have not seen yet any course with 3 units. So even I am a bit confused. Why do people take that? But when I asked them, they said they wanted some experience on their resume. That is why they do that. So even I am confused. Why do people even go for that?
So they end up paying 1 credit's worth extra, basically, you're saying.
Yes. Again, this is what my understanding is and what I have researched. Always take whatever we are saying with a pinch of salt, because we are also new to the system, right? It has just been 6 months.
Right, true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And there is a limit on how many maximum DR courses you can take. So if you go to your curriculum, they have mentioned how many maximum DR courses you can take. Otherwise, a person will just keep taking DR and complete the entire degree. That is not allowed. Make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Raghav, anything else to add? Did I miss something?
No, I think you covered it fine.
Perfect. And yeah, I mean, there's no one from Spring, so it's fine. Perfect. Yeah. Next, Amal, have you fixed your audio? I don't see you anymore.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yep.
Okay, so I just basically wanted to kind of ask how, like, if we kind of start with fall online, how can we kind of structure the number of courses taken in every semester, and whether we can kind of extend it for one more semester so that it kind of goes similar to a spring pattern.
Makes sense. Raghav, I think you are the best person over here to take that.
So you want to extend your degree to 2.5 years, if I'm interpreting it correctly.
Yes. So the main drawback of taking fall is, I mean, fall online is basically that your CPT kind of gets pushed over. So if we kind of join campus by Jan, it's kind of similar to a spring pattern.
Yeah. So I assume that you will be doing only one course in the fall. If you're going for that online option and pushing your degree, I think it is possible because the USC has allowed an option to basically balance out your courses when you're attending remotely. So even like you are allowed to have only one course in the fall semester, and I think if you are in a specialization or something like that, so your degree will require to have 8 courses completed by the end of your program. So by that means, yes, you can have it extended to 2.5 years, and I think you'll have to file on RCL in between, and you'll have, basically you'll have to manage with that. And since you're starting with only one course in the fall, yes, it is possible to have it in 2.5 years.
Yep.
Okay.
Just to add on that,
Raghav?
if you are taking one course if you from India, you don't have to file a RCL. So I hope everybody know what a RCL is. If you don't know, to maintain your F1 status, you need 2 courses if you're in USC. If you are not able to take 2 courses because of a medical reason, or you are not able to cope up, you have 2 options. Sorry, you have 2 chances of applying for a RCL in your entire degree. People generally take it towards the last semester so that they have some time to prepare for their job search. That is what people generally do. But you can also take it in the first semester if you are not able to cope up with the change in environment and many more factors. And yes, I have heard you can extend your degree by just taking one more course. So, like for example, as Amal said, he will be taking one course in fall. So you will still have 24 units remaining. So you will have to extend a degree if you take a RCL in between.
But even if he's doing that fall online from India, so it doesn't require him filing.
Does not
an
require to
RCL
file
on
RCL.
his.
Yes.
So that is how he can save on one RCL, and when he comes back to US, then he can apply for RCL in the first semester itself, thereby extending it to 2.5 years.
Okay.
My personal take, if you ask, again, it all depends on your career path. Again, I'm saying, but if you ask me a personal advice, if for whatever reason you are doing fall online and you're getting a full-time job, then I don't think there's any point of extending the degree just because of the CPT time. I am completely a person who believes, I personally came for job search after 4 years. So I am like, if I get a job right now, I am ready to complete my degree even today. Okay, that is my personal take. Okay. Okay. So just think around that lines. If you are able to enter US, I think I'm optimistic that visa slots should open up. The only problem is slots will be limited and there are many people in the line. So just keep your documents ready.
Yep.
Try to file for emergency visa. And the visa process should be easy because USC brand helps in that. I was just asked 3 questions because they saw USC on my 20. So that should be pretty simple. So Suraj, maybe.
Yeah, hey Ayush, hey Raghav. Hi. So now that USC has planned fall 21 on campus, so a lot of like TA, RA, and course mentor positions are gonna get opened. So how do you approach like the professors, or how do you go about to get those jobs? Is there anything that we can do sitting in India before we come there, like prep ourselves, or is it going to take any effort only once we land in LA?
Okay, I'll just take that up quickly in a short manner.
Okay.
Because you are in India, you have not registered for a course. I believe the only way is networking. Start talking to professor if you feel you have some work experience in that particular subject. Try to understand one thing, because professor requires a person who has already done the course or has showcased a skill that okay, he can be a grader for that course. Like for example, if I apply for Algo TA right now or grader right now, definitely I will not get it because I have not done that course and I don't have my marks in that. So you can target undergrad or courses where you have already some experience on your resume, profile, whatever you want to showcase, and that should be the way. Getting a TARA job in the first semester is rare, but people do have it.
And I had another small question in continuation to Amal's question actually. So can you finish your degree in 1.5 years? So can you take a 4-credit course in summer, instead of taking it in 4th sem, take it in the summer and graduate in 1.5 years?
For fall, I doubt, because let me see the plan that we discussed.
I think he can do that if he
takes
he's willing
4
to
over
forgo
here.
CPT.
Yeah.
Yes. But the catch will be you will be not taking a CPT period, and what I have spoken to my seniors, they said it does not make sense. you are just losing of 4 to 3 months of employment. I mean, again, it's a personal choice. But
Okay.
so if
Yeah,
you
but
have a
even if
full-time job, then definitely try to cover the degree ASAP. But if you don't have a full-time job, and that should be before spring ends. So if you have a confirmation by this time, only then you can take a call of taking a 4 units in summer and not taking the CPT.
Okay.
You should have a job like a year before you kind of plan
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Ayush. That answers my
sorry
questions.
to
Thank you.
interrupt, Ayush.
Kushal,
Yeah, I
go
was
ahead.
just adding to Suraj's point. So if we are not having the option to get a CPT during that summer because of online, then I think it won't be a very bad option, right?
Yeah, definitely. So if you're not getting a chance of a CPT, then this is a good option. Having said that, you should have a job secured in hand. What if you complete your degree and you don't have a job? You don't want to land up in that situation, right?
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is just how you plan. I mean, obviously, if somebody gives me a job right now saying, okay, you can start from January, I'll try to cover my degree ASAP. Okay, Kishore, go ahead.
Can you hear? Hello?
Yep.
Yeah. I had two questions. The first question was about D clearance. What is the procedure like? Like, how difficult is it to get D clearance in your first semester if the course that you want to take is not in the approved list of courses? And
Okay.
the second question that I wanted to ask was that if you're say you're starting in the spring and you do a course in the summer, then is it possible to take two reduced course load? As you said that two reduced course loads are available as an
I
option.
missed that. Can you repeat again?
Yeah, I said that basically if you take a course in the summer, right?
Okay.
And you're starting in the spring semester, then can you apply for reduced course load for 2 semesters, then do a co-op in that period instead?
Yeah, I will be doing that. So okay.
Okay.
I think the voice is echoing. Let me quickly go back to my notepad. I'll have to draw and explain. Okay. So coming to the second question first. If you are coming in spring, okay, and if you have 28 units, again, not 32. So spring, you take 8 units. Not fall, then comes summer. Then summer, I am taking 1 course, so that is 4. And this fall, I will be taking 2 courses, so 8. Next spring, my plan is to just take 1 course, and summer do my internship. Fall, again take 1 course and try to find a co-op. So over here, I will be applying for a RCL. Okay, I hope that answers.
Yeah, that answers the question. And the first question about the D clearance?
Yes, I'm coming to that. So this is a mail that you get from university a few days before you start. I think a month back before, right, Raghav? Yeah. So depending on the course that you are in, you get few courses cleared. Like for example, Algo is common if you see. For computer networks, I had introduction to computer networks, but for others, this was AI, correct, Raghav? Yeah, AI.
Yeah. 561.
I don't remember what 531 is, but yeah, you will get a mail like this. Now coming to the point, if you don't want that course, you have to, step 1, you have to come to US first, get your passport verified. So I would prefer the day you land and your I-94 is updated. I-94 is your travel history. Get your passport verification done as soon as possible. Okay, it is just a matter of 2 or 3 steps, not that difficult. But once your passport verification has been done, you apply for something called as D clearance to the course that you want. Okay, remember not to drop the existing course before getting the acceptance for the third course. So what I'm trying to say is you already have 2 courses. Okay, do not drop any of them. If you get acceptance from one of these D cleared courses, then you register for that course. Once the registration is complete, then you drop a course from here. You don't want to miss out these 2 courses, correct? Because I don't know if you have seen the video with Harshit. Harshit lost a seat because of in Algo. I think it's in episode 2 or episode 1. I don't remember. Just check out the part.
Check out the part. Yeah.
No, what's going? Okay. So just check that out and don't make that mistake. Because for him, he was lucky he got extra seat. You might not get that extra seat also at that time. Okay, and let's say if you don't want to apply for D clearance, simple step, you come here, get your passport verified, register for the course. So remember, D clearance is separate, registration is separate. You still have to register. Once you register for the course, you will have the fees generated in your My USC portal, and then you pay the fees. So there are 3 options. Based on that, you can choose any of them. Okay. Okay. I think that answers the question. Kitika? Kitika, you there?
Hi, Ayush, it's Ketki.
Kitki, sorry.
I wanted to ask about the RCL. So how easy is it to get the RCL in your last 2 semesters?
It's
In
simple.
case
You just have to apply. That's it. I mean, there's no complications in that.
Okay,
At
so
times, getting a D clearance is more difficult as compared to RCL.
all right. What reason do we cite?
So there are 2 options for RCL. If you go to USC RCL website, I think Raghav, if you can post that link. So they have mentioned first is health issues, that you have some medical emergency, you cannot take 2 courses, and second one is the last semester, if you just have 1 unit left. I think there are 2 reasons, yeah, but it is mentioned.